So I mean, the news it broke on Monday. Surveillance came out. I mean, this guy, Lil Ronnie, I've been knowing him since he was a kid throwing parties. I was working at the Parks Mall. Like, we was always cool. He was never really in no beef. He was never violent.
Nah, he was a real player type, real cool, laid back guy. Yeah, it was never about any confrontation, none of that.
Yeah. So I mean, your name comes up because you've been speaking about this for years.
Yeah.
So when you seen that, like, what was one of your first, initial thoughts?
I put when I first seen it, I put myself, because I know his character, I know his personality. So I know he's not on the gangster shit, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that shocked me because I know out of his little clique, out of his little group, out of all the rappers in the city, he ain't on the gangster shit. So I initially empathized with him from a father standpoint. I couldn't see past nothing else, but man, that nigga died with his baby. And his baby died with him. Shit, I was speechless. Yeah, I was speechless. So I was speechless.
And it's documented too. I mean, I know Go Yayo, great friend. But you are also in the news because you've been trying to combat this whole drill movement that's been going on for years.
Yeah. Well, he's associated with Hood Fame and Go Yayo them. Now, them on the gangster shit. I always have been. Even though you ain't on the gangster shit, you're guilty by association. So you might as well be on the gangster shit. If you hanging with the gangster niggas on the gangster shit, you gotta be on gangster shit because you're guilty by association. And he's closely intertwined and connected to it. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, he Go Yayo right-hand man. Or his big brother, so to say. From my understanding, nigga, Chucky come with Lil Zach now. So they go way back. So you guilty by association. But when I saw the video, I said, man, them some kids that killed him.
Yeah.
Them some babies.
Most definitely.
And come to find out, it's some babies. Some babies that come through my organization that I done work with. Knew them little from the area. So knowing what I know, this is a long-standing situation. Between the ape gangs and the hood fame, nigga, it's been a divide in this city since these niggas been in elementary school. Ape gang started as a group of elementary kids. Hood fame, all middle school kids. So these cliques that started when they clicked up in gang as kids. That's when I come about. So I've been their rival, I've been their opponent since they've been in school, homie. Most of these know me from the juvenile detention center, mid-level, JD Hall, the alternative school. Most of these know me from working with them in crossing their path through the juvenile system. So I've been having my thumb on this pulse for a minute. That was my fight with the Fort Worth Independent School District. My 40, go, boom. When I saw that video and it wasn't number kids in there with guns, and then I started following the rise of Go Yayo. So, no, man. No. This is near and dear to me. We made the news behind this. This is how I became in tour with the streets in this city. The Crip and Blood. Cause I'm saying, these y'all kids in they gang. So you got Crips and Bloods in the same gang together. Most of the OG that was doing the doc, these was y'all kids and y'all nephews that's just doing this shit. So that's how I started fighting with the street. So when I seen this, And I know we know who done the shooting. The name just coming up that's doing the shooting.
Yeah, they identified the shooters, but they haven't. I guess people in Fort Worth may know, but
yeah,
publicly they haven't released the name yet.
And this was a kid who everybody had on the internet. This was a kid that made the internet rapping. I cussed out his mama. This the little kid talking me, everybody be posting this, and he ain't gangster.
The shooter.
He was hanging with J-Dub, and he was hanging. So now these were murderous children. J-Dub was a serial killer. He had 2 funerals. So it's been a beef within our city. This ain't the first baby that done got killed behind what these niggas done. This ain't the first baby that done died in Fort Worth, Texas. This ain't the first father that done died with his baby. Just last year on the southwest side, they shot up some shit, and 2 babies died at a car wash with their dad. It was just last year. This ain't new. But because he's a popular rapper, the same baby that's being accused of shooting it went to juvie for shooting a 2-year-old in the Buttercups. This ain't the first time a baby done got shot. But because it's a rapper, and he's a popular rapper, and he's a well-liked rapper, now it's, oh man, this is sad. This ain't sad. This is normal. This ain't new. If you remember 7 years ago in Chicago, a man was getting into it with some niggas online. They beefing online. He go to the McDonald's drive-thru. They kill his baby in the drive-thru. It was all on social media. It wasn't no backlash, and they went online bragging about killing the baby. It wasn't no backlash for that. So this is the time Charleston come out and say, man, I keep telling y'all, I told y'all, this is where y'all become hypocritical. Because we have an obsession with entertainers and rappers and street niggas. We love them, but the common man and they baby can die every day, and we don't have this same level of emotional response or compassion. Our neighbor, our own cousins, our own brother, our own aunties. So I'm saying, man, yeah, it's sad. But as angry as y'all think y'all is, this happen all the time, homie. And I hear people say, women and children off limits. Those have never been the rules. Who told y'all that women and children are off limits in the streets? That ain't never been the case. You can go back to the roaring 20s when the Italian mafia first come into America during the Prohibition era. Women and children have always been the casualty because all they say, if we can't get you, we'll go get them. The cartel will go get them. So who told y'all that women and children are off limits? Remember we started gang banging, y'all? And they started doing drive-bys, and you would go shoot up somebody's house not knowing who was in there. Children and women got shot then, people. We kicked in his door. We took his main honey. Kill both. I'm looking at rape. I'm looking at kidnap. It's in the lyrics. It's in the movies. So I just want to let people know there are no official rules. There is no real rule book to the streets. These rules are made up as they go along. There are no rules. The rule is, it ain't no rule. It ain't no rules to do wrong. Man, children off limits. No, they're not. Because I know some to get your kids if they can't get you. It's been done before. That's what started the war between the Jamaicans and Dallas back in the day. When the Jamaicans went and killed the woman and the children. That's how the war broke off and started.
Let me ask you this. Does Fort Worth, does it get more dangerous after this, or does the authorities tighten up?
It's already been dangerous.
But do authorities tighten up? Because now this is worldwide news. You said it's a rapper now, so now it's a high profile case, and it's a kid. do authorities tighten up, or does the streets get crazy this summer?
The authorities don't tighten up. They're desensitized to this. This don't move them because they see it more often than we do. We only see it when it's publicized. They see it when it don't get no attention. They've been watching this beef, homie. They don't watch all these kids grow up just like you. When they get the killers, it's hard for, homie, when they catch the killers and the killers are babies, it's hard for you to be outraged. We're in a legislative session in Texas right now. When we done that interview with that young lady who killed that kid who was trying to break into the house, homie, we propelled that lady into a national spotlight. She's now in Austin with a law that's being passed with her name on it that people who live in apartment complexes who rent property can no longer be evicted for protecting themselves with a gun. She got a law changed because of her experience. Nobody's gonna do nothing about this. These young niggas are already warring and killing. I'm almost willing to believe this is what the police department wants. But I know some people who work in the police department. I know some people that run the violent intervention prevention program out of Fort Worth, Texas. I know their spirits, I know their hearts, and I know this ain't what they want. But nigga, ain't nothing nobody can do because it just didn't start today. These seeds was sown when these was elementary school. How you go come uproot that shit? To the roots of this. Man.
You said the city went against you when you were trying to go against the Fort Worth drill shit, and now you said you're not trying to make it about you, but you've been trying to warn people, and people were entertained with it for years, and then now everybody's upset because of shit that they helped.
But this is what I want to tell people, because it's Lil Ronnie. And Lil Ronnie is a well-liked individual. Great personality, good-spirited, good-natured, popular guy, well-liked, and likable. So it's easy to hurt with him and for him. But it was a kid that died with Go Yayo in Houston. Lil Brandon. He was a kid. This ain't I'm saying, homie, they shot up a house, another kid was killed on the couch. Its children have been dying in this city for 12 years or longer due to the youth rap violence. I ain't gonna say but this little nigga was in elementary school.
So you claim you know who killed Ronnie, allegedly.
Well, yeah,
is this not out there yet?
Yeah, we know who the police looking for.
Okay.
That's why they won't say his name. Yeah. Homie, but all these little homie, they got me. Homie, listen. 4 years ago during the pandemic, they had that mass shooting at Wilbarger Park. 500-600 some people outside for Easter or Mother's Day, one of them. Old women, children. These same little group of had a shootout. Shot a 17-year-old girl whose mother had, homie, kids been getting shot and killed in this city.
Why not say his name? Why do you think they're not saying his name?
Because
retaliation?
Let law enforcement do their job. I said his name on Facebook to the people that know. I said it last night. But I done fought to get this little kid out of jail before and to help this kid. The kid done been caught in school with a gun and a 15-year-old. So this kid really shouldn't even be on the street. He ain't no kid, he's young now. A little rapping young. A little rapping young homie, playing gangster. Was the weakest out of all the little kids we used to engage. Was the weakest. He just didn't have the parental supervision because his mama was a hoe. A hoe mama. The bitch that fucked the little young rap nigga his age. The whole mama, the whole street mama that hip, yeah. But it's gonna be hard to be mad at these kids, even though they killed the 5-year-old. Right now, everybody is emotionally responding and reacting. And by the time spring break over with, and the kids get out of school for Memorial Day, and Memorial Day parties and festivities kick off the summer, this too shall pass. They'll forget about this. All this emotion, all this attention is geared toward this Fort Worth rapper and this 5-year-old. This will die down and go away just like everything else, and we'll go back to being normal, and this won't bother people no more. But it's going to continue to happen, homie, because it's part of our culture now propagates a cycle of violence amongst young people. It propagates and promotes, homie. Not just propagates, promotes, it propels amongst our culture with young people.
What did you take away from the surveillance when you first saw it? The top left corner.
Nobody know what to do, homie. I heard people say what it should have been done. Nobody know what to do. You don't know what to do till you're in that situation.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. That's all I'm saying.
I wouldn't let you don't know what you would have done, because it's hard for any man, any woman to override their nature. When you as a man get ready to go pee, you don't sit down to pee, do you?
No.
Your nature, you stand up and pee. A woman, she go sit down. When you get hungry and you're not intentionally trying to fast and be on a diet, you don't go against your nature of being hungry, right?
Right.
So one of nature's first rules are self-preservation. Yeah, you would dive in front of a bullet for your daughter. Yeah, you would catch a bullet for your mama. It's easy to say that. Bugatti, baby mama stood up during the shoot to go get her baby and died and got killed. That tragedy was just as sad as this tragedy. But some form or another, I bet you can connect the dots. CJ Casino and Go Yayo were just beefing. Come to the city. I'm on your block. Nigga, it was just 6 months ago. Nobody in the city stepped in and said, come on, man, let's woo, woo, woo. Where the big homies? No OG, no nothing. Somebody say bring back the OGs. The OGs ain't never been shit. The OGs have always been the one to mislead the young fuck over the young. That's why the young don't respect OGs.
Is it that, or is it the young niggas is getting too much money now to where they feel like they got the power?
Homie, the OGs have always fucked over the young niggas. The OGs ain't never played it fair. Here, you hold the dope, you ain't gonna go to jail, you go to juvenile. The OG was the same big homie selling dope to little homie mama. Playing OG, cause we from the same hood. But I'm serving your mama though. I'm tricking with your mama. Then when you come work for me, I'm gonna have you selling my dope, but you're not gonna be eating like me. I'm gonna be giving you $20 off every 100. OG have never played pack fair. That's why they rebel and reject that OG shit.
Nah, let me give you this scenario. Let's say I'm a young, let's say I'm a CJ Casino. I got $40,000 in my pocket. I got 2 big ass chains. I got a watch worth 10, 15 grand. What young nigga with all that is gonna go listen to an OG that got lesser than them? That's what I'm talking.
I used to watch my generation of niggas do that, homie. Listen to the dope fiend wine OG nigga, and they giving us good game, how to improve our game. Them was the showing a young nigga how to cook the dope. My generation of young respected the OG niggas. We didn't know they were bullshit niggas, and we had more than them. OG be riding our car. We be putting money, yeah, but he was a bullshit nigga. And the OG ain't never packed fire. It's like your big brother, homie. He'll give you the nickel because you don't know, you think the nickel more because the nickel bigger than the dime, and he take the dimes. That's like your brother doing you, like, that's how the OG was, homie. He have always been played on the little homie. Homie, very few OGs really bred life into a young nigga, homie. Most of the OG niggas were 5, 6, 7 years older than us. They really didn't know nothing. So, no, man, it ain't that the young homie, in order for you to correct something, you first have to establish a relationship. Nigga, OGs ain't got no relationship with these young niggas. Nigga built a relationship with these young niggas. In juvie, after school program, feeding them. I established some relationship with these young niggas. That's how I can be so bold to talk to them how I talk to them. Young niggas with them. But these were two young niggas that did this.
It looked like Ronnie was trying to get out the way. When he ran to the right.
When flying, you run. They caught him in the car.
Yeah, but I'm talking about getting away from his daughter. That's what I mean.
She was out. Homie, we can speculate anything. If he in the car vacuuming, as I go to the car wash a lot, nigga, I'm in my own zone. I'm in my own world. I'm not anticipating danger in this city when I'm vacuuming my car. So I'm not anticipating danger. So your guards is all the way down. The way they crept up on that wall. He didn't see them, they saw him. He heard bullets. Yeah. Reaction.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm trying to say it looked like he was trying to bring the shooters away.
Shoot. Homie, you talking about extreme fear. Fear for your life. Your rational thinking, I gotta get away from this car to get these bullets away from my baby. He might have already looked up and saw the baby was hit. The baby was hit first because they come out shooting. That's what got his attention. They didn't say, hey, pop, pop, pop. I only heard a shot. And man, you ain't got time to think. We're sitting here looking at in real time saying, man, I would have. Yes, man, homie, you don't got time to think.
Yeah.
When you go in survival mode, to survive. Flight or fight, life or death. Now, when he probably ran away, nigga probably think, man, I gotta go back and get my baby. Probably caused him to stutter step. But nigga, initially, man, getting out the way, homie. Getting out the way of them bullets that's gonna hurt. But nigga, baby get hit first because they automatically shooting.
Yeah. And it looked like it was AKs, ARs. Wasn't no little shit either.
No. So, all them people in the parking lot. All them people in the parking lot, homie.
One of them cars need to get questioned too. It looked like
all them people, homie. All them people in the parking lot, and everybody, everybody flee. No, everybody flee. Nobody give no aid. So yeah, nah, homie, you know, I think that was a spontaneous act. I think somebody just so happened to see him at the car wash. The young they say that's responsible for the shooting, granddaddy lived right around the corner from the car wash. So I think that was a spontaneous act.
They get caught. What are you thinking? Death penalty?
They too young to get the death penalty. They'll get life with parole. They too young to get life without parole. They'll get life with parole.
So you're saying he's under 18?
Yeah, he under 21. You gotta be 21 to get the death penalty.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, you gotta be 21. Yeah, he under 21.
Does that make you look at things? Well, I mean, it's been happening.
I know plenty. I know plenty grown right now killed the baby, and they still G to the streets and into the G. I know right now they were going to go shoot my nigga Joe Blow. These were gangbanging early 90s. They were teenagers. Riding through Meadowbrook to go kill Joe Blow. And they end up killing a little boy. Went and done like 20, almost 30 years on that murder. A G nigga. They were going to go put in work during a drive-by shooting. So you guys gotta have to factor in how many casualties of these drive-by shooting gang nigga were. It's plenty. So let's not act like this is new.
Rest in peace to G-Lil Ronnie, and sending out love to his family and his loved ones. G-Lil Ronnie was gunned down with his 5-year-old daughter at the car wash. A very sad situation because a lot of people in his community know him as a good kid and a great father. I agree with Charleston. I believe his death is the cause by guilty by association. You know, sometimes it's not what you're doing. Sometimes it's the people around you, the people you know you hang out with. Sometimes they can put a target on your back. And I definitely agree when Charleston said there's no rules in the streets. I definitely believe that because I believe the streets is just a myth. And I also agree when he says the youth rap violence is the cause of children dying. You know, when we listening to all this drill music and kill, that's a frequency. And we're putting that frequency in our communities. You know, this is the music we ride around to. This is the music we listen to in the clubs. And these are the rappers that we promote. We invest in. We go to their shows. So rest in peace to G-Lil Ronnie and his daughter. And not just them. You know, Charleston named a lot of people that we don't even know about. So rest in peace to everybody that's been killed from gun violence. I definitely agree when he said, you know, he talks to these dudes boldly because these dudes respect him. Because he's been putting in his work into the community. You know, it's a difference between just talking spicy and bold to somebody. But when somebody truly knows that you love them and that you know you want the best for them, I feel like that's an approach from a stranger or a hater to someone like a loved one. You know, your aunt, your uncle, your pops, your moms. And I definitely agree. You know, when you hear an AR or an AK, your initial reaction isn't going to be, you know, oh, I got to do this. No, your initial reaction is going your initial reaction is going to be flight or your initial reaction is going to be fight or flight. There's no time really to process what's going on. Put yourself in his shoes. If you heard an automatic gun going off really loud, your first instinct is going to be to run. So, you know, I don't fault him for running, especially with his daughter in the car. You know, it's a sad situation, and we always say, like they said, woulda, coulda, shouldas. But until you're in that situation, you never know. And the gem that I got from this interview is you got to be 21 to get the death penalty. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I love you guys. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. We out.